Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Welcome to the Red Zone Recap, where we go over everything NFL that happened over the last week, from games, scores, stats, and more. What a week in the NFL. Let's get started. For our first game this week, we have the Bears beating the Packers after an insane comeback by the Bears, giving the Bears the win with a score of 31-27. Let's go to Jaden and Zach with more on this.
Yeah, I mean, another incredible win by the Chicago Bears. It was their 7th comeback win in the fourth quarter this season, the NFL record this year. I mean, they've just done it all year. I mean, Caleb Williams really showed out in the fourth quarter. Colson Loveland, another fantastic game for the rookie tight end. And Jordan Love, he didn't even play a bad game. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, but couldn't get the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah, 2-seed Bears against the 7-seed Packers. People probably would have expected it to go the other way around coming into the season. Bears got super duper unlucky last year with a lot of wins. Obviously, first one that comes to mind for me, the Jaden Daniels Hail Mary. Yeah. That was an unfortunate loss for them, but it feels like they built off of that. Ben Johnson, good, better, best, really turned this team around. Packers banged up, had a lot of injuries. Obviously, Tucker Kraft, Micah Parsons were out of this game. But yeah, Jordan Love played phenomenal. But yeah, just some great plays down the stretch from Caleb Williams. Really had this game won in the fourth quarter. You could tell the Bears wanted to walk out with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bears will be advancing to the NFC divisional round. Josh, what's the next game that we've got?
For our second game, we have the Rams beating the Panthers with a last-second touchdown and a final score, of 34-31. Let's go to Jaden and Zach with more on this game.
Another fantastic game in this wild card weekend. Matt Stafford versus Bryce Young. A lot of people thought that the Rams were going to blow away with this one, but it ended up only being a 3-point game. Bryce Young played a heck of a game. Matt Stafford, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Bryce Young only had 1 passing touchdown, had that insane rushing touchdown as well for like 15 yards. That was a really good play. Puka Nacua, 9 receptions, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he just continues to show out every game.
Yeah, Puka's been amazing. Stafford's been amazing, likely going to be the MVP of the league. But I want to focus on Bryce Young and Jalen Coker. What a connection they have been. Coker taking time away from guys like Xavier Legette, really took that time away from
McMillan.
McMillan as well. Ted McMillan didn't even have a bad game, honestly. I think he had a few catches, 50 yards-ish. But yeah, Jalen Coker, 134 yards in his playoff debut. Sucks to go down the way that they did, but if you're a Panthers fan, I like how the game ended. I like how you forced a Super Bowl contender and the MVP to throw a last-second touchdown in order to beat you. Obviously, Panthers also beat them in the regular season, which a lot of people seem to forget about. But
in Carolina as well. This was a really, really good game. As a Canadian, I love to see Chuba Hubbard back. He had 2 touchdowns. That was really fun to watch. And the Rams advanced to the NFC divisional round. Josh, what's the next game we've got?
For our next playoff game, we have the Bills up against the Jaguars, ultimately putting the Bills on top, giving them a 27-24 win. Let's go to Jaden and Zach with more on this.
I mean, 3 fantastic games to start, all within 1 possession. The Bills ended up taking down the Jags on a game-sealing interception by Colby Bishop. Anyways, Josh Allen, 273 yards and a touchdown. He also had a rushing touchdown and a 108 passer rating. Khalil Shakir had 82 yards on 12 receptions. He had a heck of a game. And then James Cook as well. Not a fantastic game, but the Jags defense being the number 1 rushing defense in the league kind of was expected a little bit.
Yeah, this game was all Josh Allen, honestly. This is one of those games where you can kind of boil it down to clutch defensive stops and then your quarterback just winning you a football game. They had that one play where they basically carried him all the way into the end zone from the 10-yard line. That ended up being clutch. But yeah, the Jags looked not even terrible. First-year head coach Liam Cohen. Unfortunately, it just looks like sometimes there's going to be those growing pains. They had a phenomenal season. Parker Washington looked really, really good. Trevor Lawrence looked okay. Probably going to end up being their QB of the future. They tied him up with the contract. He looked pretty well with the weapons that he had. Travis Hunter didn't even play. You're going to get Travis Hunter back. You're looking pretty good. But yeah, Liam Cohen going through the growing pains. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I think we just need to cut down on the turnovers, the bad passes. I mean, 18 of 30. He went on the passing, 207 yards, had 3 touchdowns and then 2 interceptions. One of them sealed the game.
Yeah.
And then, Parker Washington.
And I think the Jags defense, who's really young this year, is only going to get better. And then they'll also have Travis Hunter over on defense as well. Jags have a lot to look forward to for the next few seasons.
Yep,
Josh,
absolutely.
what's the next game we've got?
Our next game, we have the 49ers playing the defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles. But the 49ers ended up on top with a final score of 23-19. Jaden and Zach has the stats on this.
The Philadelphia Eagles go down, and I am so happy to be saying that. Don't like Philadelphia. I don't know a lot of fans who do like Philadelphia, except for Philly fans. Feel like they're one of the more hated teams in the league. But Brock Purdy got it done. He threw 2 touchdowns. One of them to Demarcus Robinson, and the other one to maybe Christian McCaffrey. He did throw one to Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey had another receiving touchdown as well from the hands of Juwan Jennings, who threw a touchdown in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He's got another playoff passing touchdown. And then Jalen Hurts didn't really play great at all. Not even 170 passing yards, threw a touchdown, no interceptions, but he just doesn't. I don't think he's a great quarterback in the NFL.
Now, at the same time, he didn't play very well, but we also have to take into account there was a lot of drop passes that would have set up the Eagles to win this football game. I think Jalen Hurts is one of the better 2-minute guys at driving the ball down the field. For the first, what's a football game, 60 minutes? Yeah. For the first 58 minutes, sometimes he can be really streaky. But then towards the end, I like the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands. I don't think he's a phenomenal quarterback in the NFL. I think he is pretty clutch, though. He kind of gets the job done in time. And, his receivers just didn't do him any favors this game. And it kind of just seemed like the Niners wanted it more, honestly, on the defensive side, on the offensive side, playing with a lot of injuries. Kittle tore his ACL. Hope he gets well soon. Jake Ton just stepped in, and it just looked like they didn't miss a beat. But
yeah, I mean, you talk about the drops. A.J. Brown had 4 drops, I believe. Devonta Smith had 2, and both of those were in the red zone. Dallas Goedert ended up being the leading receiver for Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, another 100-yard rushing game. He just continues to be an excellent running back.
Yeah, even in a down year. Yeah. Looking good.
But the Niners advance to the NFC divisional round. Josh, what do we got next?
Our next game, we have Drake May and the Patriots up against Justin Herbert and the Chargers with a score of 16-3, giving the Patriots their first playoff win since the departure of Tom Brady in 2020. Jane and Zach have more with this.
Yeah, Drake May continues his legacy with the Patriots. I mean, he looks like he's going to be their franchise quarterback.
100%.
Yeah. Looked like it was going to be Mac Jones, but he didn't work out. But Drake May is looking like he's a very promising quarterback. He didn't have a fantastic game, but he played well enough against the Chargers that they ended up getting it done. The Chargers, not a great day for them.
Yeah, the Chargers offense, I kind of knew that this was going to be the game on a slate of a bunch of really, really good games that was going to ruin it. Neither team has like a premier receiver. You can talk about Stephon Diggs, Ladd McConkey, but just the numbers throughout the season just showed that these two QBs, they kind of like to share the ball and move it around. Herbert had one of the worst games of his career, and he seems to just do this every time they get into the playoffs. He just folds under pressure. Interesting tidbit, though. Both quarterbacks were the rushing leaders for their teams. So that kind of shows what kind of game that this was. But yeah, the Patriots, they kind of went through like the fastest rebuild that I think I've ever seen, which is really infuriating as a Browns fan. They just draft 2 quarterbacks and eventually it just ends up working. But yeah, Drake May looks like the future. He's top 2 in MVP in my opinion this season, right behind Matt Stafford. I think Stafford will take it, but to be number 2 in MVP in your second year in the league, and your first year people were kind of doubting you and saying, oh, this kid out of UNC, whatever, he's not really all that. To show them that you are all that and you can do it with a wide receiver room that has washed up Stephon Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, which he turned Kayshon Boutte into a legitimate wide receiver too. I mean, the Pats just look really good and excited to see what they can do in this playoffs. Vrabels have been amazing for them.
Absolutely. And the Patriots will be taking on the winner of our final game. Josh, who's the matchup?
Our final game this week, we have what could ultimately end up being the final game of Aaron Rodgers' Hall of Fame career as the Texans took on the Steelers in Pittsburgh, giving the Texans a win with a score of a whopping 30-6. My bad. Jaden and Zach have more with this game.
Jaden, loving that the Steelers took the loss. Through the first 35, 40 minutes of this game, it was really close.
Yeah.
Texans didn't really have anything going offensively. And then unfortunately, Rodgers threw 2 pick sixes in the second half, and Texans just ran away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to watch the Steelers get bounced, but I'm a big Aaron Rodgers guy. I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest of all time, not just of this generation. I mean, wins a MVP award at 38 years old. That's just really impressive. Kind of on Matt Stafford is going to do this season. But just a bad way to go out if you're Aaron Rodgers. I feel like with his ego, he might stick around, but I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Whatever he does, whether it's going to be in the broadcasting industry or if he plays another game, he's loved by most NFL fans. Steelers didn't really have anything going. Their lead receiver was DeKalin Zacharias Metcalf, who only had 2 receptions for 42 yards. Don't sue me now. Jalen Warren led the Steelers with rushing with 63 yards. And CJ Stroud didn't really have to do much. His defense stepped up. He only had 250 passing yards and 1 touchdown. And they will be going to New England to face the Patriots. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
they will.
They will. That's it for the games we've got. Now let's head to our top plays of the week. Josh?
For our number 3 play of the wildcard weekend, we have an insane flea flicker touchdown from the former 5-star quarterback prospect turned wide receiver, Jennings, finding CMC for a 29-yard lead taking touchdown.
Sky Moore again, little trickery. Back to Juwan Jennings, who's thrown it before. Going deep with McCaffrey. He's got it. Touchdown 49ers, but there's a flag. Wait. Hold on. Again.
So much deception. Here ends up being your passer. Give it to Sky Moore on the jet sweep. And then I don't know why Blankenship comes out of coverage. He feels McCaffrey there, but he kind of goes to approach the running back, Jennings. And then who else? Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, what a play from the 49ers and a great catch. Next up, in the number 2 spot for play of the week, we have Colby Parkinson making an insane grab for the game-winning touchdown in Carolina.
10 from the 19. Stafford going towards the end zone. Parkinson! What a catch! And a touchdown!
Catch the miss. High, outside, left foot, right foot. He is in.
Tell you what, Colby Parkinson, they paid him a lot of money. Originally drafted in Seattle. My last year in Seattle, he was one of our young tight ends. And I think everyone thought he was going to be good, but he has taken on a huge role in this Rams offense down the stretch. And this place is dead quiet.
If I'm being for real, that might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. But last but not least, we have Caleb Williams saving the season for the Bears, converting a 4th and 8 in an insane fashion. Let's have a look at our number 1 play of the week.
Yeah, so Caleb Williams here takes the snap on 4th and 8, 5 minutes left in the game, down 11, moving to his left, throws the ball about 35 yards down the field, and I mean, in between 4 Packer defenders, just an insane throw. We'll take another look here. Steps away, is getting tackled as he throws it, and just able to hit Adunze. Incredible.
Himself and Adunze, they've been amazing at converting on 4th down. There's been a lot of different ways that they've converted those plays. And yeah, they're looking like a good combo that's going to continue to go for years. Caleb Williams, I saw him getting compared to the Air Jordan logo on that throw, fading away. Just an incredible throw. One of the best I've seen.
Absolutely. We had some insane plays this week. Let's send it back to Josh.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of your favorite show, Red Zone Recap. Let's go to Jaden and Zach one more time with any final thoughts on this week in the NFL.
Thanks, Josh. Well, another exciting week in the NFL. Congratulations to the teams advancing to the divisional round, and we'll be back to discuss those games next week.
Yep, tune in next week. We will discuss the divisional games that are heading into the championship. We'll see which teams are still standing and which teams had to go home. That's all we have for you guys. I'm Jaden.
I'm Zach.
And we will see you guys next week.
See ya.